What's going on, everybody? You guessed it, you guessed it. It is your boy, Trey Sense. And it is that time of year again. It's that time of year again. For those of you who don't know, it is time for, I think this is the fourth annual, maybe? All white party. Now, what is an all white party? That's where you show up to the party and you white from head to toe. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about 7 fragrances from my collection that I think would be dope to wear to my 4th annual all white party. Now, before I get into these fragrances, I need something from you. I need you to like this video. I need you to share this video. And if it's okay with you, I need you to sub to the channel. Also, something that is not being done in FragCom right now, a tag video. Any reviewer that sees this video, consider it a tag, accept the challenge, and let's see your version of the all white party. Got it? Get it? Good. Let's go. First one, it's hot. It's real hot in Alabama right now. I mean, it's scorching. The last 2 days been like 100 degrees. I walked outside at like 9:30 last night and it was 84, 85 degrees. So you want something that's gonna stand up in the heat. I like fragrances that are not overly expensive, especially if I'm traveling or at an event or something like that, simply because I don't want to leave it behind or accidentally lose it, drop it, break it, whatever. So I know you can decant and all of that stuff, but still. First fragrance that I'm gonna break out at the all white party, John Varvatos Artisan Pure. I really like this fragrance. I'll never forget finding this fragrance at TJ Maxx in Jasper, Alabama, and being super excited for one reason. I went to the mall and I smelled Dior Homme cologne. And at that time, I just wasn't spending a lot of money on fragrances, and the only reason I was there was to pick up something for the ex-wife that she wanted. That was the only reason I was even there. And I happened to smell Dior Homme and loved it. And this reminded me of that. So I was just like, I don't have to want Dior Homme. I mean, Dior Homme was on my list. It was like, man, I want that fragrance so bad. But at the time, I was only maybe buying a fragrance at retail price maybe once a year. Because, I mean, you got a wife, stepkids, budget. I mean, it wasn't in the budget. So, but when I smelled this, it scratched that itch. Citrus, Cheerios, fruity, fresh, tropical, it is all of that. And it just happens to be, in a white bottle, which some of these fragrances are, some of them aren't, but it's not a white bottle party, it's a all white party. And I just think this would go good whether we was lounging by the pool or whatever situation we were getting into at the event. It could be just me and some of the boys hanging out. It could be a cookout, whatever the occasion is. But I like it. And what you get with this one is nice, tropical, fruity. And this is one of the better performing fragrances from John Varvatos as well. Artisan Pure. I like that. This next one is one, and I try to do different fragrances each year, because each year when this time comes around, I have a lot more fragrances than I had the year before. So I did not have this one this time last year, and it is said to be a clone or very similar to a very expensive fragrance. But I don't have that fragrance, and I've never smelled that fragrance, so I can't testify to that. But what I can tell you is this one smells good. I like it because it is both clean and masculine, but it has a nice little citrus kiss that I think would go good at the all white party, especially if I were trying to be a little bit more impressive, a little bit more mature, and dress up a little bit. And it is Rochas Mustache. This one right here is said to be similar to what Bulgari's Tiger, I had this one. You have to excuse me. I just woke up. I meant to shoot this video last night, but got a phone call, got to rapping a little bit, you know, had to do my best Rome impersonation, and it just led to 3 or 4 a.m. Had this one, which is Hugo Boss reversed. This would be a good one as well. But many people have said this one is a better cologne, and I couldn't remember if I had done this one, so I went with Mustache, because I know I haven't had it all that long. And it's just what I said. Clean, masculine citrus is what you get with this one. And it's so smooth. It's not overpowering. It honestly comes off like a very expensive fragrance. It really, really does. This is one of those fragrances that on the humbug is very low, very cheap. It's not an expensive fragrance at all. You can pick this fragrance up for what, 30 bucks? But it really smells like $100, $150 fragrance. I mean, it's just nice. Comes across, it may be a parfum concentration or an EDP concentration. I can't make out on the bottle, and I definitely can't see it this early in the morning because my eyes are still waking up. It may be an EDP, or yeah, it may be an EDP concentration, but it performs like one. It performs like one. It's not a monster projector. It lays low, but it stays there. You know what I'm saying? But I would wear this to the all-white party, especially in the evening time. If I had changed out of the t-shirt and into maybe, you know, a nice button down or something, I would go with this. Rochas Mustache. That's a good one. Now let's say we still at the all-white party, and maybe it's the last day or something, and it's time to get super fly. It's time to get super fly, and I want to feel pretty. I don't want to wear y'all excuse me. I want to wear a pretty boy fragrance from the house of Nishane or Nishane. Can you guess which one it is? Most of y'all probably going Hacivat. You going with the Hacivat. Nope, not this time. I'm going with a fragrance I've only worn once, but again, I haven't had this very long, and it is Wulong Cha. Wulong Cha. This is out of your boy's wheelhouse, but growing older, that's one of the things that you have to learn to do in life, is step out of your comfort zone and maybe go down roads and paths that are not necessarily dangerous, but just different than what you're used to. That's part of growing up. That's part of growing up, and even at 48, we still growing. You know what I'm saying? Still growing and learning, and that applies to fragrances as well. Great atomizer on this. Why is this out of Trey's wheelhouse? It's pretty. I mean, it's a pretty boy frag. This right here is my pretty boy frag. That's what we got here. This is a pretty boy frag. Floral. Extremely, extremely floral. So this is one, I don't know, and maybe this all-white party is more like a convention. But, you know, again, if I were wearing all white and I had to maybe attend a meeting and I wanted to impress someone or come across, if I wanted to smell different, and I knew I wanted to wear something that I know nobody else in the room is going to have on, this is what I would go with. This is what I would go with. You're not going to find a whole lot of men rocking this fragrance. And if they do, they're either fragrance reviewers or they're frag heads like us. In my case, both. But you're not going to find a lot of people wearing this fragrance. Is it a bad fragrance? No. It's not. It's not a bad fragrance. For those of you who have significant others and she's always stealing your scents, this is one that she's going to get her hands on. This is one she's going to get into. But you have that citrus at the top mixed with that floral, and that's pretty much what you get. That's what you get. At least that's what I get, a citrus floral fragrance. But it is very elegant and would go great at the all-white party for a meeting or just something classy, a classy event. Say your homeboy's getting married and he say, you know, you gotta wear white. There you go. And it's a spring and summer wedding. Here you go. This right here. I think it's going to be a monster performer. 1 or 2 sprays and it's going to do you. I would like to smell this on a female. I would like to smell this on a female just to see. But from the house of Nishane, it is Wulong Cha. That's a good one. This next one draws comparison to a very popular fragrance. I like it. I didn't have it last year at the all white party, so we're gonna break him out this year. And it is from the house of Nishane, and it is Hacivat. Citrus, 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 smooth. It draws comparison to Aventus. Is it 100% the same? No, but they are in the same wheelhouse. You get that pineapple-y opening in the beginning. To me, this is a little bit cooler and a little bit more I have an old batch of Creed Aventus, and I don't know how to explain mine. I don't know whether to tell you. It's well blended. It's not so much of the birch or the pineapple. It is a mix of all of them, is what you get with my Creed Aventus. And this compares to it very well. Really, really close to my batch of Creed Aventus. And I like that because again, I have an old 4.2 ounce bottle and I need to either sell it or wear it more, but I don't do either. I haven't done either. I need to probably sell it, especially with fragrances like this on the market that give you so much of the same vibe. Do I like the other Creed Aventus? Ooh. You know what? I may try layering these two one day. I know it's totally off the subject, but I may try layering these one day and see how that turns out, because I just caught a whiff of both of them at the same time, and I have to say that was pretty nice. That was pretty nice. As a reviewer, as a content creator, as a human being, I have a habit of when I first smell a fragrance or when I first try a fragrance, I'm not really that impressed. It's either that. There's a lot of fragrances that I get and I wear and I try and I'm just like, man, I love it. And then I have to go back to it and it's like, okay, I cooled on that a little bit. And then there's a lot of fragrances that I try in the beginning and I'm just like, and then I go back to them and I'm like, that's dope. I think this is gonna be one of those. And maybe even the Wulong Cha, because the first time I wore Wulong Cha, I wasn't really that impressed with it. I was just like, okay, that's nice, but that is a pretty boy fragrance. And the same thing with this one. I was just like, okay, it's Creed Aventus redone and put in a Hacivat bottle. But nonetheless, both of them are really, really good, and I think will go great at this all-white party in this occasion. Pineapple-y, citrusy, smooth, cool, refreshing, and easy to wear fragrance. This was a little bit easier to wear than Aventus. When I first got my bottle of Aventus, you could smell it through the box. And I can remember spraying it and going, that is really, really strong. You know, it's calmed down some over the years, but when I first got it's still strong. Like, I haven't sprayed it in a long time, and I can still pull that bottle out of the box, take the cap off, and put my nose to it, and you can still smell it. It's still that strong, but that's how the older batches of Aventus used to be. They used to be that potent, which is why people went crazy over it, because it was like, yes, it was expensive, but 3 sprays of that and you was running people out. The newer batches, not so much. But this is good. This is good. I like this over Mont Blanc Explorer and Club de Nuit Man Intense is another one that really grew on me. And English Laundry Legend, London, I'm sorry, it's a good one too, but I don't think any of those are as good as this. And that's hard to say because I really am a fan of Club de Nuit Man Intense, but right now, And it could be because it's mixing over here with this, and the two together are just playing really, really well together. So, but both of those Nishane fragrances are definitely fragrances that I will wear to the all-white party. Moving on. Enough talk about that. This next one, no, I'm gonna save that one for later. I've got 3 more. This next one, I mean, you couldn't go to an all-white party and not have something from Chanel on. So what we're gonna break out is Chanel, Allure, Homme, Sport, Eau Extreme. I wish I had Blanche. I wish I had the Blanche. Gotta find a place to spray. And this is just easy. I mean, this is a no-brainer. This is just easy. This is just easy. This is just easy. This says class, sophisticated, boardroom, all of that, but I'm not trying too hard to impress you. This is my everyday scent. I get up every day after my shave, my shower, brush my teeth. Before I leave the house, I put on my Chanel. That's the vibe that this fragrance gives me, and it is just nice. It comes across, I love a fragrance that comes across as if I'm not trying to be that guy that's lighting up the whole room. This is what I like, and it just happens to smell amazing on me. I like fragrances that give that vibe, and that's what I get from Chanel, Allure, Homme, Sport, Eau Extreme. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. This is a great summertime date night fragrance. This is a great year-round office scent. It's just a very versatile, easy to wear scent. I don't think anybody's gonna tell you that you smell bad if you smell like Chanel, Allure, Homme, Sport, Eau Extreme. That's just nice. Do you hear me? That's just nice. Yes, it's got a little bit of citrus in the top. Very, very playful. The only knock on this fragrance is it's so light and fresh. You will lose track of it, but the people around you won't. They will smell it on you for a very long time, especially if you spray your clothing. You'll lose track of it. They won't, but it is a good fragrance from the house of Chanel. It is Chanel, Allure, Homme, Sport, Eau Extreme. And if you just have Chanel, Allure, Homme, Sport, that's a good one as well. Either one works. This next one, another freshie that to me in the end of things would be on the Mount Rushmore of fresh fragrances, at least in the Fresh Fragrance Hall of Fame, and it is from Versace, and it is Man Eau Fraiche. And this is a good little fragrance. It's just good. It's fresh, it's watery. Gotta find a spot to spray. It's just easy. It's airy. It dries down a little bit sweet, but it is just easy. It's another one of those fragrances that's mass appealing, and it's just an easy fragrance. And I picked this bad boy up at TJ Maxx on clearance for like $22, $23. And I was just like, yeah, I'll pick that up. But this is one that I will definitely keep in my collection because it is very, very versatile. Again, it's one of those fragrances that smells good, but it's not gonna run anybody out of the room. It's not gonna make people go, oh my gosh, who's that with all that loud cologne on? Because people that don't know fragrances make a dumb assumption, and it really irks me. If a fragrance is strong, they automatically assume you put too much on and it's cheap. And that chaps my, I'd be like, cheap? This fragrance is not cheap. What are you talking? Who's that with all that cheap cologne on? And it's just like, because that's what they think, because they're not used to certain scents. And they don't understand that, you know, just like not everything has to be subtle, fresh, and light. You know, they don't get that. Sometimes fragrances are strong. Okay, you know, that doesn't make it a cheap fragrance because it's a strong fragrance. And that doesn't mean that I spray 50 sprays on. Sometimes I wear stronger fragrances because I like them. Like people will be, you know, some of my coworkers are kidding me and be like, man, you sprayed on so much. No, it's not that I sprayed on so much. I have it in my car. I sprayed it before I came in. It's not an overly strong fragrance, and I didn't sit there for 10 minutes spraying. It was a good 3. Okay, so, whatever. But this is one of those that is just light, perfect for this occasion, easy. You're not gonna run anybody out. I don't think you can overspray this fragrance, but I like it. It's versatile. It's easy to wear. It's a no-brainer. This is one you would wear, maybe we're gonna lounge by the pool and I'm gonna be in and out of the water, because it's got a slightly watery, a slight watery aquatic vibe to it, without being an aquatic type of fragrance. It is a little bit airy, and it is, in my opinion, a little bit watery, but nonetheless a great fragrance that will get you lots of compliments, and you should have this in your collection if you know. Your boy is smelling good over here. And last but not least, I don't know, say we having a dinner and everybody's tired and ready to go home, because when you're traveling or having a party or whatever, you enjoy yourself, but it comes a time when you're just like, I'm tired and ready to wrap this up. So what we're gonna end the night with, from the house of Tom Ford, it is Costa Azzurra Parfum. I just like this fragrance, I do. I really like this fragrance. It's fruity, but it's masculine at the same time. And it is so smooth and so chill at the same time. It's just one of those fragrances that, if you smell this and you like it, you like it. I've never had a person smell this on me and go, ooh, what are you wearing? It's always, man, you smell good. What is that? And then when I tell them Tom Ford, they're like, oh. Again, Tom Ford fragrances can be expensive, but you have to shop right. You have to know how to shop. Fortunately, being in FragCom, I got deals on all of these fragrances that you would say were expensive. The Hacivat, the Wulong Cha, the Tom Ford. I got great deals on all of them. Actually, the Hacivat was a gift from my homie JP. That was a gift. And the Wulong Cha I got from another fragrance reviewer, and got a really good deal on it. So you don't have to spend a whole lot of money. You just have to be patient and be smart. But this is a fragrance that I would wear towards the end of the event, towards the end of the day when things were winding down. Yeah. And I just like this fragrance. I really, really do. Again, it's a little bit tropical, but not over the top. It's a little bit fruity, but not over the top. It has some masculinity in it, but again, it doesn't come across like an old school fougere or anything like that. It's a very well blended fragrance. It can be worn by man or woman. Anybody can wear it. There you have it. And I think it would be great at the all-white party, and it's the last impression that I would leave. From the house of Tom Ford, it is Costa Azzurra Parfum. All right, guys, that is it, man. That is it. This wraps up the 4th straight year. So if you see anybody doing these all-white reviews, you gotta let them know, hey, your boy Trey started that. But maybe they'll do it and give your boy Trey a little bit of homage. Give me a few flowers. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get off of here because I just woke up and I've got to get me something to drink and get my day started. It's Wednesday. Is it rain? We need some rain here in Alabama because this has been hot. Thank you all so much for being the best part of this channel. I appreciate it. I really, really do. It means a lot to an old country boy like myself. Let's do something different. I want all my Alabama people to check in. All my people from Alabama that see this video, or Mississippi, because those are my 2 home states. Born in Mississippi, raised in Alabama. So if y'all see this video, check in with your boy. Check in with your boy. Or even better, you see this video, let me know what state you are from. How about that? Let's do that. So I'm gonna get off of here, thumbnail it, edit it, and hopefully you can see it in a couple of hours. But anyway, have a great Wednesday. Enjoy your day, man. Go live your dream, your dream. God bless you all, and I love you all. And thank you so much for returning to the scene of the crime and being the best part of this channel. Until next time, guys, peace.